Hello everyone, how's it going? Back to their message needed here right now. Let's hop right into it and find out your angels really want you to know. From the jump, I am hearing that you may have felt different your whole entire life, or people may have made you feel like you were different or there was something wrong with you. But I feel like you should know that the reason why you may feel different or stand out from the crowd is because your energy is very different than other people's. I always tell you guys, if you're new here, welcome. You guys are my light workers, my healers, and sometimes your energy just omits this different vibe that other people haven't seen or experience. On top of that, you guys were born with this ability to be your authentic self and not necessarily always want to be like everybody else. I feel like, again, even in the past, if you guys tried to blend in or be like other people, it never really worked. People always singled you out, or you may have felt like you were the black sheep. But I feel like a lot of you guys learned how to use this differentness to make you successful. And I feel like you haven't done that yet. You're called to do that, or you will be called to do that. I feel like there's going to be a new aspect of your purpose that you're going to be showing off a lot of your unique qualities. Again, a lot of you guys may have felt different, even if people haven't noticed or pointed it out, because of your spiritual gifts. You experience things in a different way. And I do feel a lot of you guys out there, if not all of you, have felt like there is something wrong with you and went to Google to figure out what was going on. I always say you guys do have the ability to feel other people's emotions, to know things about people. And on top of that, my collective, I feel as well, not to gas you guys, but you guys are also highly intelligent. And you may not see that as a spiritual gift, but it is. So a lot of you guys are intellectualizing or trying to analyze a lot of things around you on a level that other people just haven't experienced. And it makes you guys sometimes stand out for the crowd or notice things that other people don't notice. But I feel a lot of you guys may have made careers out of this gift, or you will if you're younger. I feel like for some of you guys, you have made a career out of these gifts, but you want to expand and do different things. And I feel like if you are being called to some sort of career change, you definitely are going to be able to manage that. I feel, again, that you guys have so many gifts and qualities that you became known for like maybe one thing, or people know you to be good at something, but you're actually good at a lot of different things. I feel like one of the reasons why you guys are so unique is that I believe a lot of you guys out there had a lot of past lives, and you're just highly involved people. And I feel like even if you don't believe in that, a lot of you guys just believe in bettering yourself, learning about the world around you, learning how to be useful. And I do feel at times people may have made you guys feel like there was something wrong with you, or even your differences made you weaker or not like everybody else, especially my highly sensitive people out there. It may have been harder for you guys to integrate yourself into people or society, but once you guys were able to do that, you may have been able to use those gifts to your advantage, especially for my sensitive people out there. I feel like, again, a lot of you guys have a hard time like going out into crowds or rooms or even socializing, because you're feeling a lot of people's energies being thrown at you, and you're learning how to adapt with all that. But once you guys learn how to really manage all those energies, it's actually easy for you guys to figure out who to talk to, who not to talk to, who to be friends with, who to do business with, when you use those gifts and you trust that anxiety, you trust that intuition. And a lot of you guys out there definitely may have felt like there was something wrong with you, or that you were mentally ill, but then you come to realize that you actually do embody a lot of spiritual gifts, or you are picking up on other people's crazy energies. And again, I feel as well, because you guys have been through a lot, and people have made you feel like you were weird, different, or strange, you may have also developed your own, things that you had to move past, especially when it comes to being bullied or being put down. So I feel a lot of you guys out there, you worked on your own mental health, but you also learned how to use your gifts as well. And if some of you guys out there are new to this channel, you're just being told that you're not crazy, you do embody spiritual gifts, but you also had to learn how to integrate them in society so people didn't think you were crazy. And I do feel, again, all those times you guys trusted your gut, trusted your anxiety, when people made you feel crazy or people made you feel gaslit, it always led you guys to where you need to be. So I feel for some of you guys out there, you may be feeling it right now, like unsure, lost, a lot of anxiety, and it's because you're definitely being called to something else. And God and your angels are definitely trying to show you guys something. So don't get nervous if you don't really know what that is. These things get revealed in time, and sometimes when we really do go through these huge transformation, it takes a while to understand what the next step is. And I do feel, again, that because you guys have been through so much, not only with others, but with your own journey, you're also just learning how to just kind of restart and refresh for this new chapter. So again, don't be hard on yourself if you feel like you aren't accomplishing as much as you would want to, or you're lost, or you're confused. Again, a lot of you guys have learned to become so highly evolved that sometimes you kind of just forget to take some time out for yourself and just be normal and enjoy your life. And a lot of my collective out there, you guys are mentors and teachers and highly educated. And some of you guys out there are really young and you're not even sure what you want to do. But no matter where you're at in life, everybody hits those walls where they're like, okay, it's time for a change. It's time to just do something else. And I feel whoever's watching out there, you're definitely, again, being called to something else. You may feel hypersensitive to energy lately. Again, I believe it's a full moon when I'm doing this collective reading, but even if not, it doesn't matter. My readings are timeless. And you have to just learn sometimes to just manage all these energies, all these things you're experiencing. A lot of you guys out there, you have those days where you feel crazy and then you look at whatever's going on in the world, or sometimes you guys are a lot like myself, like you feel like anxiety, stressed, just all these things, and then somebody reaches out to you and you're feeling somebody else going through something. And again, it's really hard to manage life with all these gifts and talents, but when you learn how to do it, you end up a lot more successful than a lot of people. So I want to encourage you guys to keep going, even if you feel discouraged by some of your gifts. And I'm also hearing as well, your gifts are developing and there's going to be something new that you're going to be called to. I've been talking about this a lot on the collective, but I feel like sometimes we got to repeat ourselves because we got to reassure ourselves that we're on the right path. And I feel again that once you kind of do learn to integrate yourself with society, sometimes you forget to trust your gut, especially when you're just in hustle mode or grind mode. And I feel a lot of you guys have been in that or have been in survival mode a lot in your life. And you had to learn how to turn off a lot of your gifts or turn off a lot of your emotions or feelings to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. So again, I feel that a lot of you guys are reconnecting to yourself, maybe doing a lot of healing. You know, God and your angels want to make sure that you guys are the happiest and the healthiest when this next venture or this next part of your journey happens. For you guys, this next part of your journey is a soulmate connection that's going to take you to the next level. For some of you guys, it's some sort of career, or I'm hearing some of you guys who create content, it's something to do with that. I actually just went live for those of you guys that saw that, sorry, still in retrograde, I believe, I'm tripping over my words. But for those that have saw that I went live, I was referencing a video about a pick a card that I did about what you're meant to be doing or content creation. I'm actually going to link it below because a lot of you guys were asking me about that. I believe it's a 5-hour long video that I did a couple years back, maybe 2 years ago. But again, all the readings that I do are still timeless. And I want to remind you guys that too. Just because you want to make a switch or a change doesn't mean the things that you've accomplished or things that you're working on in the past are not useful. Some of you guys may decide to take a break off of something that you're doing and come back to it later, and that's perfectly fine. I feel like, again, you are being reminded that you are multidimensional, you are multi-talented, and if you're tiring yourself out of doing the same thing over and over again, it's probably because you're burnt out in that category of your life, especially my people out there who do readings and stuff like that. It's really hard to keep going with all that psychic energy all the time. Sometimes you are called to do other things or just take a break from it. And again, my people out there who are also mentors, teachers, healers, parents, like, you know, you guys do take on a lot, or healers of any kind, or you work in any type of industry, that can really burn you out. Even my people out there who work in an industry that's not directly maybe healing or teaching, but you are using your brain a lot, or you're working on a computer a lot, you may just feel like your body is telling you you can't do this anymore. So I do feel like there is going to be some sort of switch or change. Some of you guys could be feeling aches and pains in your body that's telling you to make a change, or you're trying to work on that. And I have talked about this before, but some of you guys, because you may have gone to doctor trying to figure out what's wrong with you and you're perfectly fine, a lot of these aches and pains could be these spiritual shifts you guys are going through. I know when I'm in time periods of release and change, sometimes I do feel a lot more achy and a lot more pain on my body. And I feel like a lot of you guys have experienced that as well. But I like to also mention that you guys should go to a doctor and stuff first, just in case, you know, to figure out what's going on with you. Because again, I always tell you guys this, but spirituality, it's not a replacement for your mental health. It's not a replacement for your actual physical health. You know, we do have real doctors and people who specialize in different fields for a reason. And I feel sometimes people just try to use spirituality as a way to like wish away things that we need to acknowledge. I'm not saying you guys do that. I actually feel like my collective here, you guys are able, again, to integrate your gifts into a career path that may involve other people who aren't like that. And I feel, again, going full circle, people have always made you guys feel different. Even in a line of work where maybe people are different than other people, you guys still stand out because you always stand by your morals and beliefs, and you're not doing everything the way that everybody else is doing it. You do it the way that you feel called to. And my collective out there, you guys are known to be the person who calls things out or wants to do things the right way, but is not afraid to take a step away from the way that things are done if it meant helping people or if it meant people looking at you funny or strange. I'm hearing that people are noticing your way of doing something is actually better, is actually helping people. And this is something that a lot of you guys may experience your whole life. But I hear recently, like maybe we're explaining things a certain way to people, or you're showing people a certain way how to do things, and people are really starting to listen to you. I feel like you guys, again, you may be called to certain environments where people are dark or weird or strange, or they don't listen well, but then you guys always end up being right about things. I feel some of you guys also, because you are different or weird or strange, you may have felt like a lot in your life you've been grouped in with people who were like, I don't want to say social rejects, but you know, people that were different. And I always say this too, that my light workers, my healers, sometimes you guys feel like you're cast aside, and then you end up in connections with people that are actually cast aside like for a reason. That makes sense. You guys are not cast aside from people for a reason. It's just because you're so energetically different that people do want to be around you, but sometimes it's hard for them or triggering for them to be around somebody who is really aware, someone who has all these gifts. And again, some of you guys are just isolated for a reason. But I am hearing for a lot of you that maybe you feel like you are sometimes in environments with darker or stranger people, or people that you feel like don't have like the morals or integrity that you would like. And I feel again that you are brought in certain dark environments for a reason. I want to remind you guys that, because I feel some of you don't quite always understand why you're put in different rooms, or why you're in certain environments, or why you're meant to be in a certain field. But if you're called to it, there's a reason behind it. But I feel that a lot of you have been feeling kind of isolated and lonely because you realize a lot of people in your field or in your workplace or around you are not quite like you. Even if they wanted to be around you or be your friend, you have a hard time connecting with certain types of people. And again, you might be surprised about the characters you end up connecting with, because they may seem, like I said, kind of different too. And I feel that a lot of you are realizing that, you just have these qualities that make people drawn towards you, but you get to pick and choose who you get to spend time with. I also feel as well that another note for my people out there who feel like you're brought in environments where people may not be doing things the right way or calling things out, like you do change people's lives. A lot of people don't realize they're not living life in a way that's productive for them or healthy or helping others. So I feel like you guys, because you learned how to use your uniqueness and your skills to better your life, to better the lives of others, you're actually here to teach people that too as well. Because again, I sense that you guys have been brought in certain environments with people where you're like, okay, like, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm just going to go with it. And again, you guys also learn from these different characters. I'm also sensing that some of you guys have fallen in love with or even dated people where you're like, whoa, like this is intense. Like this person's got a lot of issues and they got a lot of darkness around them. And again, I feel like even dark people are very drawn towards you guys. And I feel it's for multiple of reasons. Sometimes it is because of your light and you got to stay away from those type of people. But sometimes it really is divinely orchestrated that somebody comes into this person's life and steps in and is like, hey, like you got to cut this out. And I feel that you get connected with these people because in a way they're different too. They just haven't really learned how to use these qualities that they have in a good way. I feel like as well, a lot of times you guys do connect with people, I feel, that also do embody gifts or spiritual gifts or some kind of gifts of some kind, but they're not, like they either hide them or they're not sure how to use them in a productive way. So I feel that you guys are actually here to show people that too. And let's see what else we have going on here. But the message I was hearing today was about you being different, people talking about it, noticing it, but it actually was a really positive thing. I do feel that a lot of you guys just feel like no matter where you go, like you're just so different than other people, but that's actually a positive thing. Another thing I want to say as well is that it's not that you guys are different than other people. It's that you do have a depth and a multi-dimensional way about you. So it's actually that you are like a lot of different types of people. It's just that it's really hard for you guys to find somebody that connects with you on all those levels. But once you kind of learn how to connect with people at the level that they're at or communicate with people in a way they understand, then you realize, okay, I'm not so different than these people. I may just have difficulty figuring out where it is that we align or why our paths have crossed. But you guys also, again, have dealt with difficult personalities and you're wondering, why you've been brought in that certain environment. And it's always that you can make a difference, even if you may not realize it. And if you don't feel like anything productive or good is coming out of it, or you do feel like that person's doing more damage than good, or you've run the cycle many times, then a lot of times it's about you stepping out, standing up for yourself and finding something better that aligns with you too as well. But I don't want you guys to become discouraged or just say no or walk away from everybody that may not be perfect. You guys get what I'm saying? Because we all have our flaws. And I actually wanted to pinpoint as well, because a lot of you guys have been treated very badly by others or put aside or rejected, that some of you guys do have hypersensitivity to what you perceive as rejection. There's a lot of people out there who want to connect with you, but they can also be very awkward, weird, strange, or reserved. There's a lot of times out there where I've had experiences with people, even in the dating sense, where it's like they are interested, but they don't really know how to go about it. And just because, someone's on a more shy, reserved energy doesn't mean that they wouldn't make a good partner. I actually see this a lot too. A lot of people out there kind of give up or toss people aside because they didn't make a good impression, or they're not that charismatic initially, or they're a little bit awkward, but they just need time to warm up to you. And a lot of people out there are really amazing, charismatic. They're great at first dates, right? All these things. And they make you feel at ease because they're actually just really good or have those gifts or skills that they know how to do that. But it doesn't make one person better than the other. I feel like, as people that have felt different our whole lives, we may be hypersensitive to people that also make us feel awkward or strange, because the people that know how to put others at ease tend to know how to get ahead in life. And that's how sometimes you guys end up in narcissistic connections, because that person that knows how to love bomb, come in quick and fast, can get closer to you quicker than somebody that's a little bit more reserved that you may be perceiving as rejecting you. And I feel like there's people out there who are just a little bit odd, or I hate to like pinpoint people like that, but I'm just using it for the point of the message, right? There's a lot of people out there who have really good hearts and a lot of great things about them, but they may have had things happen to them that make them a little bit more reserved, and they couldn't even come in there with a boom boom energy if they wanted to. And that's why I want to like encourage a lot of you guys to just like take your time with people, take your time with connections, because sometimes the things that we struggle with are also things that other people are struggling with. And we assume that people don't feel the same way because we don't connect right away. But it also could just be because there's two people in certain environments that may just be very closed off energetically due to spiritual gifts or trauma or things that they've had happen in their life. And that's what I'm kind of hearing for you guys. Keep an open mind, because people have acknowledged the fact that you are different. And also people do feel like they can't talk to you, they can't be themselves around you. But there's also an energy where there's people out there who are just shy, but they want to connect with you. So I'm hearing, be open-minded. Again, a lot of guys out there, because you felt highly rejected for your differences, especially when you were younger. I feel like this is pretty normal for light workers and healers, because obviously kids can be cruel and they can point out things that are different in others quicker and faster. But once people become older, they really start to appreciate people who do not act like everybody else. I feel like most people grow out of that where they're just trying to fit in. So I feel like, some of you guys are really scarred from like your childhood, or like you're scarred from like growing up and just not quite being able to integrate yourself with others properly. But it doesn't mean that there isn't a group of people out there who've had those experiences and you can relate to. And on top of that, you guys have grown past that, where all types of people can enjoy to be around you. And even people that you may have perceived as having a lot of friends or having it all may feel the same way as you, which you guys may find very fascinating. And that's why I feel like, again, a lot of you guys have experienced a lot of connections with people who were narcissistic, because those people, I feel like, again, just have the social skills at first to kind of come in there and just like love bomb their way into your life. And you're like, wow, finally someone who gets me, someone who accepts me. But in all reality, it's just kind of somebody who wants something from you. I feel like some of you guys may be in a complex soulmate situation with somebody who's like this. They were probably bullied or put down a lot of their life. So when people come in and make them feel good and make them feel at ease, they go with that. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you're not like that. You're also not the type to go in and love bomb and tell people what they want to hear. And I feel, again, you guys do have the emotional intelligence and the intelligence to know that like someone is love bombing you and stuff. But a lot of people out there, they see, okay, this person's coming in with all this energy towards me. They must actually care about me more. And that's really not the case. People who respect your time and energy sometimes take their time, or people who have their own things going on, or they're busy, or they've been through things, like they just take a little while to get to know people. So I'm picking up on a soulmate energy, you guys. And this person definitely has a lot of people around them that tell them what they want to hear. And again, I always say this to you guys, but a lot of people just haven't evolved to understand certain things around them. So they may have also developed darker personality traits as well. And so you guys are just like, okay, well, I really don't care anymore what this person, is going through, because they treated me badly and stuff. And I get it. I really do get it. But sometimes we just channel in here to understand what's going on in our soulmate connections. And there's a soulmate here that you guys have that's so attracted to you guys, because they see the fact that you are not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to stand out. You're not afraid to be different. And actually this draws people towards you. And this person never quite been able to do all that, So yeah, I feel like, again, this person, I'm hearing they got the wrong idea on how to be liked, because I feel this person's still in that stage, like I was talking about, that you're supposed to grow out of when you want to fit in or be like everybody else. And it's not like a stage. Everybody wants to fit in, even when you're older. I get that too. It's not like I'm shaming any one of you guys who still want to fit in with a certain group or environment or people. And I feel like, again, you guys can, but if you just feel like you're not connecting with certain people, don't force it. But I feel like there's just somebody here who just wants to be accepted so badly. And it's like a soulmate connection. It's really interesting because your unapologeticness drew them in, but it also makes them mad and angry, because they don't have that ability to be like that. And they're still trying to be liked and appeased by others. But then this person on top of it is really interesting because they get offended at the fact that like, this could also be a friendship too for some of you guys, or a family member, doesn't matter. I'm just seeing soulmate because it's someone you're connected to on some level, and you're wondering why this person has some animosity towards you. And it's coming from an inner wound that I don't think they've quite articulate. And it's because they are also different and weird and strange, and they're still trying to be something else instead of just embracing that. And it's interesting because people are attracted to this person because of the reasons you guys were. They are very interesting, different, they're smart, whatever. They have these good qualities. But then when people are drawn towards them, they sometimes sabotage these connections because they think they got to act or talk or walk a certain way. And people are just like, no, like, you know, like this person just has this ability where they can draw people in, but then the way that they act actually sabotages a lot of good things around them. And it's like this reoccurring theme. And the people that stay in this person's life are people that want something from this person. You guys understand what I'm saying? So there's an individual here who may still have a little out for you, because what I am hearing as well, this is a karmic lesson for them, that a lot of people or individuals that are around this person actually really highly favor you, and they talk about you, talk highly about you, or get fascinated with you. And this person just thinks that there's just something that you guys are doing that they're not doing, when in reality, all you're doing is just really being yourself. Like, you're not afraid to be yourself at all. I remember I had somebody that I knew in my life that they thought, I'm not going to use specifics, but they thought that their family didn't like them because they were doing this certain thing that they thought that family were going to shame them for, or something like that. But it was like really in their mind. And then like I remember like being around this person and telling people like, you know, actually I would just explain to you guys, it was card reading. You know how some people, you know, their family is not really accepting of that. But I was around this person's family and telling them, oh, this is what I do. And they're all like, oh, that's really cool. And they just kind of like embraced it. And it wasn't because like, again, like it could be this person may have felt that way for legit reasons, but I really just felt like they were afraid of that and they projected that. And then like, when they saw that their family or the people around them embraced this thing that I was doing, like it kind of made them feel like animosity toward me, like I was doing something special, when I think that the truth is that when you're actually doing something and people are seeing that you do it with love and you're making a positive impact, when they really do have a non-judgmental way about them, a lot of people out there are willing to be open-minded. But when you go into something unsure about yourself and not with your 100% confidence, like people out there are going to question that too. But I feel like there's situations like that where people may have felt like you were able to get away or do things that they couldn't do, but it's also because you guys have learned from a young age, like, well, F it, I'm going to be different. I'm going to do it in my own way. And another thing as well, and this is something that could also be true for a lot of situations, you can probably do things really well or people are shine for it because you're meant to be doing that. Maybe the individuals who people don't accept it when they're doing it is a sign that they're also like not doing it for the good reasons, or maybe it's because there is a darkness around the way that person is going about certain things. Again, I'm not like pinpointing anybody specifically. I'm just kind of I'm kind of relating it to something that I've seen or experienced where, you know, it doesn't matter if the family had good intentions or not. It's not my fault that they were embracing something that this person felt like they weren't being embraced by. And that's just an example, guys. I feel that there's so many different situations where that can relate to, where people may feel like in the workplace, like you're allowed to do certain things and other people are not. But it's really not that. I just feel like you have a confidence in yourself that people see the good qualities that you bring to the table. So it's a very much well, I like this person, I like being around them, so I'm not going to criticize anything that they're doing. And I feel like people just hold you guys to a level of respect. And on top of that, maybe you guys are that person that goes into different rooms and you show people, look, I do this and it's not bad. And people are like, okay, cool. And these other people can do that too, but they don't have the confidence to do that. They just assume that they're going to be put aside or shamed. And honestly, on that path of becoming somebody great, you're going to have that happen by family or friends or people that understand you. But if you keep going and people who really do want to understand you will see that you are doing something good or you are putting something good out there. And I wanted to just relate that because I just feel like there's a lot of people out there who do have gifts. They are different, they're weird, they're strange, but then they turn, instead of using that for something positive, which what it is, a gift, like they turn dark and they start using these gifts in a dark way. And then they don't have like the positive reaction that other people may give you. It's like, you know, you may have somebody in your field doing the same thing as you, but they don't feel like they're getting the same positive feedback. And you guys may not notice these things. I just felt like it was more the fact that it's interesting how someone can perceive something one way and it's not really how it is. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So I feel like in this situation, it's like people celebrate your differences now. And there's people out there who have like animosity towards you guys, but they don't understand what you've been through to even get to that point. And I also feel as well, there is a protection and a grace you guys have going through certain environments, being the way that you are, because you're doing what God is calling you to do, and you're not doing anything with bad intentions. So maybe, there's a certain individual out here who's doing something you guys are doing, but not with good intentions. And I feel like, again, this could be related to soulmate friend, and I'm picking out a few energies here, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, you may have had some sort of romantic connection where this person does embody similar gifts to you guys, but they were kind of shamed out of the things that they were interested in or being their authentic self, but you guys don't allow people to do that. And I also feel that, to level with these individuals, because I'm actually not here trying to like call anybody out. I'm actually trying to help you guys understand, because these people are not, sometimes they're not bad people. They're just kind of lost in what they're doing, or maybe they had different experiences in their childhood that really kind of shamed them out of really truly being themselves. But I feel like there comes a time where you guys really stopped feeling sorry for people, because it's like, that doesn't give them an excuse to really tear you down. I feel like there's an individual here who really just wanted to tear you down for an inner wound they had, because they just see that you really didn't care what people thought. And another thing as well I'm hearing is that because you guys have been through it with people, and you know that when you have a lot of friends around you, people around you, that's not necessarily a good thing. A lot of people want things, there's gossip, there's drama, and you're so focused on putting God first, putting your purpose first. You have a way about you where you really don't care to be anyone's friend. You don't care what people think. And there was actually people that you may have even said to this person or other people, like, I don't really care for them, I don't really care to be their friend. And yet that person still wanted to be around you more than that person. That makes sense. And I think it's also because of the fact that you guys don't ask anything of anybody. You know what you have to offer as a person. You don't need to sell yourself to people. And there's people trying hard to sell themselves to others, or this individual, or soulmate connection, right? They're trying really hard to sell people to other people, when just being yourself is actually what attracts people towards you. And I feel like the situation where there was people that you didn't even necessarily want to be accepted by or wanted to be friends with, but now all of a sudden they all want to be around you. And this could be directly related to this individual, or multiple times this has happened. So I feel like this is kind of you guys being congratulated for just embracing your uniqueness, because it sends out a radar to people that are attracted to that energy or need that energy in their life. And sometimes it's going to be people that haven't quite mastered that yet. And I also feel that you guys are so different that you actually can connect with people that are totally different than you. So another thing I want to say is that maybe these individuals that you guys have had issues with is because they wanted to be something like you that you were already doing, already mastering. And sometimes when you make friends with people who have similar interests to you, or already trying to do something that you've been doing, there becomes this energy where they're trying to catch up to something that you've already accomplished, and it creates a competitive air. And then there's gonna be people out there who are just out being their eccentric, unique selves in a totally different path, and you might connect with them on that level, because although what you're doing is different, your journeys are the same, and the effect that you guys have on people is the same, and together you guys can probably accomplish a lot, whether it's relationships or soulmates or this or that. Because I really talk about this a lot, or I have in the past, that a lot of you guys had issues with befriending people who had similar interest to you, because you actually easily outshine a lot of people with your talents. And you're gonna have that experience a lot of the time. A lot of times as well, you guys will take on the mentor, the teacher role, and sometimes people are uncomfortable with that, because at the end of the day, like I said before, in certain environments or certain people, they don't actually want to learn and evolve. They want to be a victim of, these people don't get me, they don't understand me. And it's like, okay, well, either those people don't want to, so release the need to be validated by them, or you just have to keep going with your path and show people, no, I'm going to do this. And then they're going to understand later on. So I feel that, there's a lot of experiences like that. People talk about the fact that you were always different and strange in some ways. No offense, guys, but me too. I'm Aquarius over here. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Queen Alice Love. Channel it, no cards today, okay? But you're always different and strange or whatever, and you use that to your benefit in one way or another. And that's my creatives out there, my spiritually gifted people, my highly intelligent people. Maybe you thought you were neurodivergent in some ways, maybe you are, doesn't matter. You guys know your girl Alice over here, extremely ADD, people always joked around, like in my videos, what did you just down a whole Red Bull? I'm like, no, when I channel, when I'm into it, when I'm excited, this is how I talk, Not always, but that's just how it is. And instead of just listening to what people criticize me about, I just kept going, because there's a whole audience out there whose brains work like mine, who sit through these whole videos, are like, yes, Alice, you're not meant to be for everybody. And you're going to be more satisfied with this smaller amount of people accepting you than the whole world forcing you to live a lie. And that's also encouragement for my content creators out there, my people out there who feel like maybe you don't have a lot of friends, but you have one or two, or my people that are in between seasons right now. Like, you're much better off with nothing, being authentic and attracting those right people, than you are with everything around you, but nothing in alignment with who you are. So, wow, I'm really getting that. I'm hearing you can gain the whole world, but it's worth the girl that you're losing. There's somebody here who is trying to compete with you on a level where they're trying to do it in the material world. So maybe you guys had some material success, or maybe you guys shying away, but all you guys have done is be your authentic self and get genuine love and support by being yourself. And it's like a giant black hole that never can get filled. There's somebody here who is trying to just show you up or be better than you, and they're thinking by accomplishing more, or by having more friends, or having this or having that, or having this money, like they're gonna somehow one up you. But the truth is that you guys have a sense of inner peace. You have a sense of knowing yourself that no matter what happens, that's never gonna change. And yeah, so I'm feeling that there's somebody here who really was jealous of you guys, resented you, and instead of helping you or being there for you or teaming up with you, they wanted to work against you guys. And I feel like this person lost an opportunity to be around somebody that actually just wanted them to be their best selves. You guys don't see people the way sometimes other people view others, because you're not looking through validation. You're not looking through this like slightly narcissistic lens. And again, for lack of better terms, I don't like to diagnose people, but I feel like it really comes down to the fact that people who are not in alignment and who are trying to seek from outside themselves, or trying to seek from outside God's plan, they just tend to just develop a lot of these narcissistic like traits, because they're using things externally to validate themselves. And when you guys do things, maybe you don't always make the best choices, you're human, but you're not going into that with the wrong mentality. I even feel like, I'll give you guys an example, I'm somebody who likes to go out and have fun, and maybe people find that unconventional, especially because I'm spiritual, but that's just what I like to do. I like to dance, I like to meet new people, but there's people who go out and because people always say that going out and partying is low vibration, and for sure it is, right? But when you're around good people and you're just out to have fun and just let loose and blow off steam, it's a different story. But there's people out there who go out with the intention of getting validation, or getting with somebody, or showing off, and all these things, so they never quite experience the full extent to just enjoying themselves in the moment. And that is probably a lot of your guys' intention when you do things. I just want to take care of the people I love. I just want to enjoy myself in the moment. I just want to genuinely do a good job. I just want to improve myself. Everything you guys do is with the intention of just self-improvement and just being the best version of yourself. But there's people out there, I'm just feeling they're competing with you, but they're never going to be able to compare, because you guys already enhanced your ability to use your differences and what makes you unique to get ahead in life, even if it's something that you're not acknowledging that you're doing. And you're just definitely have been around some immature people, emotionally immature people. And I'm gonna leave it at that, Like, these people definitely could have benefited from being around someone like you in their past, but I feel like for a lot of these people, it's like too much has happened where they're all wrapped up in the wrong things. Some of you guys, this is a childhood friend who regrets really acting immature in a certain situation. I feel also, because you guys may have had your own wounds of having friends or being accepted, there was people who were maybe not the best people, but they really loved you guys and were attracted to you guys from a certain point in your life where you weren't really wanting to just tell people that you didn't want to. Okay, I feel like there's an individual here where it's it's a friend from the past that's thinking about you, because this is an individual that I feel that they just never had anybody hold them accountable for anything. And you guys may have kept this friendship because it was somebody that you known for a while. But I think you guys are at the point where it's if somebody does not align with your authentic self, you're going to tell them, hey, this is something that I'm not aligning with right now. And if they're not with it, they're not with it. So there was somebody here who acted really immature, and your long-term friendship fell apart. And I feel like it's they want to apologize, but it's really not going to be the same. And on top of it, I'm not going to lie to you guys, your authenticity kind of goes to the point where it's you may have even told people hey, I don't think we're going to make good friends. I don't align with what you are. We don't have the same interests. I don't really I feel there's a point where you guys have told somebody, I don't really like the person that you are. So because of these and not because of anything bad, it's just that you guys are honest. So there's a visual here where you told them that you didn't like the way they were acting or the way that they treated others, something like that. And it really kind of sent this person through a loop because they went through this whole downward spiral of like, oh, like, I never really acknowledged this immaturity that I had. But even you guys standing up for yourself is a sign of authenticity, because that's another thing as well. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are really good people, really well-intentioned people to an extent, but because they're still on the people-pleasing end of things, they don't have the ability to tell somebody like, hey, like, I'm not with this, what you're doing is wrong, or I don't like the way I'm being treated, because they're afraid of rocking the boat. But you guys are not like that. Like I was saying, full circle, people are kind of envious of the fact that because you guys are so comfortable with yourself, you don't mind telling people like, hey, I don't like the way you're acting, I don't like the way you're treating me, I'm gonna block you, be mad about it, tell everybody, you know, destroy my reputation in the workplace. I don't give an like, I know who I am, like, right? And you're like, I've already been hated. I don't care about that, right? It's like you guys have this energy where it's almost like you went through certain things in your life to be resilient to certain narcissistic type of people who have gotten by in life just by bulldozing people and being just such a pain in the butt to deal with that people just didn't want to get this person mad or angry. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's certain personalities here. You guys may have known one, been friends with one, where you're like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this. But just an example, like now, because you guys have been through it so long, you have no problem telling somebody like, hey, like I'm not doing this with you, like, you know. And a lot of people out there really admire that ability that you guys have, because people are afraid of what people will do, especially toxic people, when they're mad and retaliate. And there's an energy here where you guys are kind of badass. That's what people are saying, because you really don't care if people like you or not. You're just like, yeah, I'm over this. And you tell it how it is. And I feel like if you have a problem with somebody, you guys will tell it straight up. Because again, like, you guys want to make sure your relationships are as healthy and harmonious as possible. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Someone's immature, their connection with you. And it could be a friend here. I'm hearing that some of you guys were friends with for a while. Like maybe they blocked you, but you noticed they unblocked you recently. I'm telling you, people are just regretting the fact that they just didn't communicate with you properly what the issues were in the connection. Or I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's what you guys did, but these people just couldn't handle it because, again, there's just certain personalities here who are just not very self-aware, guys. I'm just going to say it, not very self-aware at all. And I think that a lot of my collective out there, you guys struggle with being hyper self-aware to the point where you overanalyze things and you're so worried about, you know, how people feel or hurting people's feelings or doing the right thing that you learn that, okay, I can't be like that all the time either, because now I'm letting these people who treat me badly and worry about more about their feelings than my own life, my own mental wellness. So there's energy here. If you guys really be able to balance your own uniqueness, integrating yourself in society, being different, being able to guide other people who are different, but, you know, let them know when they have gotten out of line. And there's just people out there who don't like the fact that you carry yourself in this way because they're stuck in connections with things that don't align with them, or they are that person that just can't be held accountable. And I'm not saying, again, you guys are the type of person that wants to hold people accountable. I feel like it was something you guys may have struggled with in the past, but I feel like not anymore. Or, you know, I'm gonna laugh. Some of you guys have always been this way since you were young, and you had to learn how to deliver the message nicer. I feel like some of you guys, you definitely may have had trouble making friends because you were so brutally honest, and you learned how to kind of, you know, adapt your social skills. And that's not superficiality. That's just you guys learning how to, you know, communicate things in a way where it doesn't offend people, because you are that person that's meant to tell people things to help them improve their lives. But certain people are just not ready for the truth bombs that you guys have invoked on them. So I'm seeing that you guys really are in a sense of a stability right now, especially energetically. There's a lot of people who still feel a sense of like possessiveness over you guys, even if you guys have let them go. And I do feel that even when people may have an animosity towards you or an issue with you, it's almost like they don't want to let you go because you bring a light into their lives and you're always just trying to help people. I feel a lot of you guys could be goofy, like to make people laugh, like you just like to really enjoy yourself. And there's a time where you may have even dimmed that aspect because people made you feel like there was something weird, something wrong with you. But it was really just that person lashing out on you because they didn't know how to shine or let loose or be themselves. I feel like there's two different angles to this. You guys may have had somebody here who put you down for the way that you were because they felt so ashamed about the way that they were and it was a projection. Or there's somebody here that saw that you got people, I'm hearing that girl's a real crowd pleaser. You got people like being attracted to you in a sense, and because of your uniqueness, and they wanted to dim that and they wanted to, so you guys, it's an X here, like they wanted to keep you all to themselves, but they lost control over you because you're not meant to be hidden for somebody's agenda. You're not meant to be kept inside or a sidekick. for somebody when they want to use your lights and your gifts and your skills to their benefit. So a lot of you guys got comfortable being in the background because you want to be around people, but you know how overwhelming that could be. So I feel like you guys had relationships or partnerships with people where you didn't mind stepping aside and just going along with what they wanted to do, but then you realized that that person was sabotaging things for you or not helping you guys get to your next level. So I see justice here because you guys may have been made to feel bad, like there's something wrong with you for just living your truth or being different, but now you're getting the rewards of that because you saw it through. You're like, well, I'm not gonna live a lie. I can't. And a lot of my collective, not all of you guys, you can't live a lie. Like you just physically can't do it. Your body just doesn't allow you to be around people and situations that are not aligned with who you are. The main level of this, I feel, for most of you guys is morals. You know, you're gonna call something out if someone says or does something that you're like, yo, that's messed up. Like, you know, like why are you doing that? But then there's another level of that where you know when people are just pretending or lying or trying to show off, and you're like, hey, like why did you tell that person you worked at this place? Like that's not true. Like a lot of like I feel like a lot of guys have noticed when people are just bluffing or trying to show off, and you just don't really want to be around those type of people. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are going to go through a period where you're going to see a lot of things work out in your favor. And I do see with the Five of Wands here that it's like this energy of like, I'm going to get what I want. I don't care who's mad about it anymore, because you know that you're not hurting anybody, harming anybody, and you can actually accomplish a lot more and help a lot more people when you're going out there living your purpose. And this is another thing as well. Some of you guys do have an issue sometimes with one-to-one connections, because you're not meant to just be there entertaining one person. You're meant to have an audience or a group of friends, or you're meant to expand in a bigger and wider group of people. Like even going back to the person who felt like their family didn't accept this thing that they did. Well, then just go out on the internet and start posting, and then you'll have an audience of people that would support you, even when other people don't get you. You know, a lot of people, like a lot of you guys out there just are extremely unique and different, and your family doesn't get you or understand you, and you had to take time away from them and heal from all that, but you still were able to go and do what God put you on this planet to do. But unfortunately, again, there's people that are going to resent you for, I'm sorry for blaming you for everything I couldn't do. People that resent you for the things that they couldn't do because they couldn't handle this part of the journey where there's a bit of conflict when it comes to going after the things that you want. But full circle, because you guys are my unique people, my different people, my weirdos, my strange people, you actually don't, you're used to people not understanding you. And I think that a lot of my lightworkers and healers, if you guys get through that stage in your life where you really just lose that fear of what people think, you go off to accomplish a lot of big and great things. Because again, a lot of people out there, they do have purposes, but I feel like with you guys, like your gifts are meant to reach a lot of people, and you got to really drown out the energies of those that don't align with that. Unfortunately, anybody can join you on your journey or be your guys' friends, but there's a lot of people who just wanted you guys to stay small because they felt small. And I see you guys just really coming out of that. And full circle, like, you know, you'll have people around you that love you guys, genuinely love you, but cause conflict and problems because they can't do the things that you guys do. And you gotta pray for those people, send them love, and just keep going on in your journey. You can't slow down to make other people happy. And you know, as I'm picking up on, I do feel like there could be an apology coming of some kind, but it's really interesting because you guys in the course of your lifetime ended up very successful at something that somebody may have criticized you for or made you feel bad about. And I always tell you guys this too as well. Like I've had people tell me that, you know, like I talk too much or I'm this or I'm that, even though a lot of time in my life I've been like very quiet, especially when I was younger, especially when I was in school and stuff. And it's interesting because like once you start talking, you may have someone shut you down or make you feel bad about yourself. So you stop doing it, but it's actually that you're meant to be doing that. And I see that, you know, you guys have struggled with that a lot in your life to the point where now that you're at a phase where you're confident that you've overcome that, you're very skeptical of people that criticize the little things that you guys do. So I see that you're at a place where you have the confidence in who you are and your uniqueness because you know that actually got you further to where you needed to be. And, you know, I'll give myself an example because you guys know I'm a fast talker, and there's a lot of people out there who would complain about that, but there's a whole group of people where you guys enjoy that because that's how you also take in content. You prefer somebody who just, you know, spits it out quick and fast and whatever, right? So that's what I'm seeing. You know, you have to lose that ability to want to make everyone happy to actually go towards the plan that God has for you. That's the interesting thing. And everybody goes through that phase of like, unacceptance in one way or another. But on the other side of that is fulfillment and doing the things that you want to do, despite if certain people never turn around and say, oh, I see what you're doing now. I look up to you. You never went into things for that reason anyway. But that's why a lot of people are not happy where they're at. They're still trying to get one person's approval. They're trying to stay stuck in toxic relationships while trying to go after their dreams, or trying to do this, or trying to do that. And, you know, they don't want to listen to the advice here. And that's what I'm kind of seeing. I also feel as well, a lot of you guys have learned to dim yourself down in a way where you can be around certain people and your energy is not as threatening. Because a lot of you guys, I feel like, have great sense of humor, and you could be integrating a lot more of your personality and a fun side in this next chapter of your life. I think a lot of you guys are really tired of like feeling like you got to just be like this big mentor teacher with all the answers all the time. You're also nurturing your inner child right now. You want to live, you want to enjoy your life. You don't want to be everyone's personal punching bag. So I feel that we're a personal life coach. And that gets really difficult for my lovers and healers. I feel like what's next is you guys kind of like connecting with an inner child thing that you always wanted to do, a gift and a skill that may be also very lighthearted or fun, and turning that into some kind of profit, or just doing what you enjoy, because it kind of takes you guys away from all the stress and the heaviness of you guys living your purpose. And I feel as well that there's something big coming for you. That's this Justice card there. And I feel like you got like, okay, so my collective out there, you guys had to go through some really tough chapters, or if not, the last chapter was really tough, and like now that you made it to the other side, you're going to start seeing these blessings. And now that you reach a certain level of resilience, no one's like, little things people say and do are not going to bother you anymore. There could be a goal or a dream that you guys wanted to go after, but maybe you were bullied or shamed out of it. And I'm like feeling like for you guys that this time around you're stronger and you know better and you understand exactly what that was. Because at times you guys would have had or had people around that you trusted their opinion and what they were saying and doing, when in reality, these people were actually pretty jealous of what you guys had going on. And there's people out there who knew that if you shined or made it big, they wouldn't have as much as a grip on you. So I feel like you guys are different than other people. You have a talent or gift or skill that not a lot of people have. There is something about you extremely unique, and you're going to start embracing that on the next chapter. And I feel here there was somebody here who was pretty mean to you guys or treated you very badly. And they're definitely regretting that, because you were also meant to show this person that it's okay to be themselves, or you embrace this person's uniqueness and brought it out of them. So there's somebody here who really resents you guys in a sense, but at the same time, looking back, like you guys allowed this person to be themselves and their mask came off. And that was like a few times in their life where they were actually genuinely happy because they felt like they could just do things that they enjoyed with you. And I just feel again that there's the certain person out there who on purpose wanted to get you guys mad or angry or upset or act out of character because they wanted some form of control over you, because they noticed that people were really liking you and embracing your differences. And I want to say that this person may have made you feel like there was something wrong with you, or you were weird or strange or different, or chose other people over you constantly, or even chose someone else over you if it's romantic. And it's only because this person really needed to be around people that kept their mask on, right? And so, or it didn't bother them, or they didn't feel threatened by. And it's just a sign of growth. But I just feel that a lot of you guys out there, you just still suffer with the wounds of just feeling like you had people out there who made you feel like there was something wrong with you, or that you weren't worthy of love, or that you were different or weird or strange or whatever, right? And to be honest, these people are the weird, the strange ones, because when it all comes down to it, people just love you guys, you shine. Like, I want to also say, if you guys made it together this reading, the funny thing is that a lot of people out there don't actually think you're weird or strange. They actually really love everything that you guys are, because you're you. And full circle, these people that maybe made you feel like there was something wrong with you are actually the ones that people are like, yeah, there's something really off about that person. Off is the word. And that's something you guys don't want to be, right? Yeah, so by trying to make you guys look bad, people actually, or somebody here especially, could be a group of people too, but they're being exposed for being like the weird ones, because I do feel there's a situation here where somebody really tried to make you guys out to be something, or put you down, or even bully you, but that backfired, and this person got kind of called out for being the weird one. It's like, why are you so focused on bringing this person down and what they're doing? And that's the tea. Or there's certain things that you guys were doing that are different or standing out. Some of you guys are starting to post more or do that. Like, it's like some certain people out there may have something to say about it because they're jealous of the fact that they could never, you know? And they had to go a certain way in life because they were too afraid of what people thought. And on top of that, there's a situation here where somebody around somebody wanted to put you down, but the people around this person really actually embraced you. And it really bothered this individual because no matter what they said or did, it didn't matter. Like, people saw you in an amazing light. And like, I wanted to kind of end this reading with, even though I was calling you guys weird and strange, I don't mean it like that. It's actually that you're not. You felt that way because of your gifts, because of you actually are different in the way that you experience the world. But people don't think you're weird at all. Like, people don't think you're different. And if they do see a difference in you, it's a good one. Like, it's giving the energy of like, wow, I've never met anybody like you before. It's giving the energy of like, wow, I feel really good when I'm around you. I feel like I could be myself around you. I feel like I could talk to you about anything. Like, people feel different around you because you embody a unique energy that helps people connect with them, with their true selves. And the differences that you guys had is actually an energy where you're able to just connect with yourself and not integrate yourself with how everybody else is being in the room. So congratulations for letting your freak flag fly. No, seriously, like, you guys out there could be doing life in a way where it's unconventional or people try to shame you for what you're doing, but it's actually making a difference and people are seeing that. And on top of that, you encouraging a lot of people out there to go their own way too. And a lot of you guys are advocates or speak out about people who are maybe, I don't even want to say the word different, because I feel like there's just people that are not in, you know, not fitting into what society wants, but at the end of the day, no one really is supposed to, right? Because that's just a concept. I'm going full Aquarius on us, but seriously, like, we're just meant to be what God has called us to be. So that's why I feel like a lot of my light workers get kind of cast aside or made to feel weird or strange or even like just shamed or bullied and all these things. Is because there's a trigger in other people where they feel, oh, you know, threatened by this energy or even jealous of the fact that there's something about you that they wish to be. And I also feel as well, if you guys believe in spiritual warfare, you already know as well, there could be people who energetically just want to bring you down. So don't pay it any mind, guys. I know a lot of you guys are healing from a lot of things that have happened to you. And I feel some of you guys had experiences where it was people that you believed in, that you helped embrace, you know, whatever they had going on, and they did not do the same for you or didn't have your back. But it's because of the fact that these people knew that there was just something about you that they could not duplicate, replicate, or be like. And I feel like when it even comes to romantic connections, like, I feel as an individual here who felt like there was a lot of competition for you guys, for your time, for your energy. Everyone around you always hyped you up, wanted to be closer to you. People around this person were interested in you, intrigued by you. And this person still like worked validation based, so they were not seeing that this love or this energy people were drawn towards was just the fact that you guys were a healer or doing something different and made people feel at ease, or you're entertaining, or you have all these great qualities. They took it as competition, either for you or with you. New home. So a lot of you guys are in a new home or a new environment, or you're putting yourself in a new mindset if you haven't moved. I feel as well that there is a person here who is reflecting on maybe what had happened. Maybe something happened in the winter, like kind of analyzing themselves, trying to figure out why they acted the way that they did, because I feel like now this person feels like they're on the outside looking in to your life now and all the great things you have going on. If you had to leave people behind, you don't look back. Or if this person acted in a way that made people not want to be around them anymore, it's not because of anything other than their actions. And I feel that there's a situation here where, yeah, somebody is just, it could have something to do with your love life, yeah. I feel like a lot of you guys could relate to a romantic partner, but I do feel that for most of you guys there, it can relate to a lot of situations in your life where you are really trying to help somebody out and they just start to tear you down and you're like, what is this? Or you go and start healing in the presence of somebody that you're around, and then they see that people are taking to you and they see that as a threat or competition, when in reality, it's really the fact that you guys are in alignment with yourself, and because you love yourself and because you put people at ease with your energy and not with some kind of love bombing and stuff, you know, like people want to be around you. And I feel it could be a situation where somebody did try to love bomb a lot of people or get people on their favor or talk badly about you, and that may have worked at first, but people just get drawn back to you and they feel good and uplifted when you're around. And I do feel that in the course of your lifetime, especially if you guys post or create content, there's people who go back to your page for uplifting, for support. And there's a lot of people out there who realize that the individual here that was shady was not you. But again, there's people out there who I feel were skeptical of you guys because your intention when you go out or when you make new friends is not to love bomb, make everybody like you. So you could be more to yourself, or you let people come to you, or you don't have anything to prove. So of course, if you're sitting there in the corner and someone's saying, oh, this person's this, and this, you have no way to defend yourself, but your energy will always draw the right people in. And again, these people are the weirdos and the strange ones, the off ones, for even trying to talk down on somebody that they should have been a support to or a friend to. Yeah, I feel like someone's getting karma for the way they treated you. We always see that. I feel like, again, you guys are going to have business opportunities, good things coming in. Your reputation is actually really good. Like, I feel like, again, your name is being spoke of in rooms where people are like, oh, I have someone that really like has a lot of unique qualities, or this person will stand out. Like, you have a star quality to you, and that's why I feel like you guys are different, right? So people are going to want to choose you for things, be around you. It's up to you guys to decide what you want to say yes to. I do feel there is some sort of business venture coming in. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to get paid more, or debt's going to get paid off, or some of you guys successfully did pay off a debt or done a lot, and you deserve to congratulate yourself and take a rest. I feel like you're also being called to connect with nature. If your energy's a little wonky right now, I know I gotta do that too as well. Sometimes I forget. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. And you're on to this new chapter where somebody here feels as though they're getting left behind, but not only by you, but by other people as well, possibly, that are leaving this person behind because of the way they treated you, but also the way they treat others. Something's coming out about a certain individual here, and yeah, it's like somebody that maybe you were linked to romantically that ended up being a hater of yours. Or, a friend or somebody that was supposed to love you or be there for you. And other people see that. I really feel like even if you guys may have not noticed that people came towards you to be your friend afterwards, especially if they're not people you know very well around this individual, it's actually the fact that people started to distance themselves from this person after they saw the way this person treated you or talked about you. Because even though you guys may not realize it, you are very well liked, very well respected, and people do not think you're weird or strange and stay away from you because of that. They actually feel like you're somebody who has a lot of value, and a lot of people, and they respect the fact that you are somebody who probably likes to spend your time alone. I see this Nine of Pentacles here, in the garden, mind your own business, or somebody that just is content with where they're at and they're not seeking for the external validation or even to make new friends all the time or to date all these people. And I feel that, yeah, it's probably a situation here where there's people romantically interested in you guys because you're not interested in dating, and that can make somebody jealous. Or there's people that should be your friend because there's an energy where people feel like there's something going on around you, positive and uplifting. And again, that's just you guys being divinely orchestrated and having the Holy Spirit or whatever it is you guys want to call it, right? Good things happen around you guys for sure. And if there was a time where you felt like nothing could go right around you, you must have checked the company you were in, because people put two and two together. They're like, well, this person always seems to have problems or issues around them, and this individual just seems to be fine. There's definitely an individual here who spent some time with somebody who may have tried to bring people against you and then spend time with you, and they're like, the sun always shines when you're around, And there was a time period where it may have not seemed that way because of these, hidden enemies coming at you left, right, and center. But now you guys are out of it. People can see very clearly that you guys are just trying to do good, or not even that, just try to be yourself. You're not trying to do anything, but people have a problem with that because you're not afraid to be your authentic self. So that's what I'm seeing. Wheel of Fortune, good luck's coming in. I see opportunities coming in. I feel some of you guys could be still sad and grieving, going through these losses and disappointments from people, and that's perfectly fine, but you're still going to be attracting so much positive in there. And I feel that there's just so much success headed your way. And I do see that you guys are working on now connecting with your vulnerability and showing more of yourself, because there are time periods where I feel like you guys were just put down or treated so badly, or people wanted to keep you down so long that your energy needs to kind of recover from that and your confidence needs to build back up. And I'm seeing that you guys are doing a lot of cord cutting, just not spending time in day or any time at all with people that just didn't fulfill your soul. And you're about to shine. I feel like you guys are stepping more into even more stability. But again, I do feel that during these time periods, you guys could be feeling all these energies of these people that really just wanted to drag you down with them because they couldn't figure out how to be themselves in this world. And that's not your problem. You guys came in there trying to show people how, and a lot of times you guys didn't even have that. You just figured it out on your own. And that's why you're always going to be blessed on the other side of these messes. And I just feel a lot of guys out there struggle with the fact that people have done really awful things to you guys, and you try to like intellectualize or learn from it. We try to talk about it, but honestly, it really is that they're just not that great of people, and you just got to go where you're loved and appreciated. And if there's no growth in these people in these situations, got to keep it moving. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to just like, see a little bit more about this King of Pentacles character. I feel like the King of Pentacles aspect of your guys' self, like you, even though you may not be a billionaire, bajillionaire, right? You do things that fulfill you. And so you always have enough to take care of yourself, but people are envious of that. I also feel that, there could be an individual here, now that they're doing some healing and self-reflection, they're seeing that they're still drawn towards you, even though they may have pushed you away. Yeah, I feel like right now you guys are going to be working on some sort of dream, and it's just going to continue to attract people towards you from your past. I feel like there's people out there who see that you are something special or that you bring good into the world, and they want to put you on or work with you or network with you. And I feel that the people in the past that wanted to work against you or compete with you, they're going to be lost in the sauce, because it's never about competition. It's about building each other up and realizing that we all have our unique differences and our unique qualities. And again, the reason why you stand out for your differences in some line of work or in some way is because you were meant to, because you shine at that. And instead of trying to compete with you, these people had their own uniqueness and their own skills and talents that they could have shined at as well. And that's where they missed out. And that's what I'm seeing here. These people got to watch you guys succeed, but people try to make you feel weird, different, or strange, but now they're the ones that people are leaving out. That's what I'm hearing, especially this individual. They tried everything to get people away from you, and it just didn't work. That's what I'm seeing in this one situation. And for a lot of you guys, if you feel like they were successful at it, well, it's because it brought you into a chapter where you were meant to be around different people anyway. But I want to say that if you guys feel like somebody is successfully turning everybody against you or whatever, I really don't think that's the case. Like I was saying back back like 20 minutes ago, however long I've been talking, there's just people there who just don't want to confront or rock the boat, but they know what that person is saying or doing is wrong. Because energy doesn't lie. People don't want to be around negativity, gossip, and low vibration all the time. They want to be around someone who uplifts. And I feel like you guys naturally have that energy. You could talk about things with people. You can be critical of people if you need to. You can call people out, but you don't stay stuck on that. You're like, all right, let me let that go and tend back to my garden because I don't have, you know what I mean? You're not so concerned what people are doing. But there's a lot of people right now very concerned with what you guys are doing, and that's what I'm seeing. So, yeah. I feel like it's just like somebody who's getting karma after karma after karma because it's like they really try to bring you down, and I don't even think you guys are noticing that, which is like really funny. And I do see that, you guys are just learning how to deal with these crap personalities that just, and I'm saying the personalities are crap, not because the personalities are crap. The personalities are crap because they're not actually acting in their personality. They're acting in their ego. So it just pushes everybody away. You guys are just walking away from a mess here, and you've walked away from many messes and you just moved on, especially when you realize that person around you was the problem making the mess. I'm hearing, not my dog, not my fight, not my horse, not my race, I don't know, whatever, like something like that. You guys are like, not my, you know what? Yeah, I think you're the problem here. And you hold people accountable in that way. And I've seen that, okay? So I just see a lot of new and better coming in for you guys, honestly. And we're just going to leave it at that. Just did a message about new coming in, and, a lot of guys are ready for that. But sometimes we just talk about the past to learn from it, and it helps us heal. It doesn't make it not hurt anymore, but sometimes make us understand that hurt people, and your confidence and your love for yourself and your ability to move forward in life hurts people who lack that ability. And it's because their ego can't handle it. But of course not going to hurt as much as the betrayal. But of course, again, these people are on this woe is me energy. They want to be the victim. So let them, let them say what they want, because your light is shining big and people are seeing that. People see that there's something special about you. People I actually have a channeled message in one of my digital decks. I'm actually going to put, I closed down all my shops, so I'm going to put all my digital decks on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out. I also will be uploading on Patreon today or tomorrow too. But yeah, I like my digital decks, but I have my Love Notes deck, And one of it was that people are jealous of you and talk about you. That's actually what drew me to you. And it's funny because people are actually drawn towards you because people talk about you so much in a way where it's not just venting, it's something else there. Like the almost like the hatred that people have towards you is still rooted in this person having love for you, just a lot of animosity and all these other things. And the way people obsess over you gets people really interested in you, like, okay, because when your ex here or whoever this is talking about you, these people don't see it as, oh wow, they really must hate this person. They're like, wow, who is this girl? Who is this guy that's living rent free in this person's mind? Or were these past friends who you guys don't even think twice about, and it's obvious in your energy. Like they talk about you to others, or when you have a best friend here and they're being shady in the moment where they're talking badly about you, but then they're posting you on social media, I love you, da, da, da. Like these people, it makes people look at this person weird and strange. Not you, because they don't know you, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing. People get drawn towards you because they're interested in the fact that you can have somebody so worked up. And it's because of the fact that people are jealous of your ability to not be afraid what people think. And you may care, people may be hurtful to you, you may be very sensitive, but that's not gonna make you change yourself in order to appease others. And that's what I'm picking up on. You guys couldn't if you tried. Some of you guys had some real isolated periods where you were really tired of people, but you refused to, I'm hearing, perform at the circus. That's what I'm hearing. You ain't performing at this circus. And yeah, talking badly about you, doing horrible things, betraying you, never healed this person's heart. And now they lost you and a bunch of other people's respect. Someone overhears, that's what I'm seeing. So I do hope you guys like that message. And again, you guys have been retaliated against. I always remind you guys, cord cut, pray, cleanse, do lots of prayer, rebuke any of this energy that you may be feeling, and, go outside, reground yourself and cleanse your energy, because you're on this new chapter here where you're just being so embraced for who you are. And it's like what others may have perceived as, wow, that's different. It's actually like never been done before. Wow, I want to be like this person. You guys have an energy that makes people want to be like you. It makes people like you. And if anybody made you feel otherwise, screw them, because those are the same people that will criticize you, but then show up with the same shirt that you're wearing at the function. So I do hope you guys like that message. I just feel like you guys naturally have this ability to move away from people that are moving funny. And you have this way of praying and letting God show you guys who your enemies are time after time after time. And you got many of them because you got many fans. And that's the truth. So I do hope you guys like this message. The reason why people may have these extreme reactions towards you is because you actually do really uplift a lot of people, and a lot of people have a lot of love for you. And you're just in this brand new energy over here. And yeah, I do see people trying to come back into your life, but it's up to you what you really want to do there. I feel there's certain energies. Everybody has issues. Every relationship has conflict in a way, but if people can hold themselves accountable and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I won't let that happen again. We all have emotions and things that trigger us, and especially romantic connections. And it's just between just being triggered in the moment, talking it through, versus just never being real and being a hater behind the scenes. And you guys definitely had that. And if they did that to you, it's definitely backfiring. And I'm telling you right now, people are calling this person creepy, weird, not in a good way, and off, because of all the things that they're doing. And people are embracing you for your weirdness, your uniqueness, because it's in a light. It's not in a darkness, if that makes sense. So I do hope you guys like that message. You guys are definitely going to have something going on here where people are going to embrace you even more. And I know a lot of you guys are in a stage of your life where you're like, why do I have to go through this? Why does it hurt so bad? Why do I got to heal from this? But you're going to see all that happen. And I don't know, I left this debt paid off here. So some of you guys are worried about finances. That's definitely going to be improving. And I actually feel like it's a sign that your uniqueness and everything that makes you you actually is getting your bills paid. So that's what I see for you guys. I see, again, a lot of offers coming in, and I'm seeing like a lot of people regret the fact that they try to turn people against you, because your heart was always in the good place here, even if two people just weren't aligning anymore or didn't have the same mindset on certain things. We'll leave it at that. So I do hope you guys like that message. I want you guys to comment below. I am different for a reason, and I'm embracing my unique qualities. And yeah, and I want you guys to also comment, no one can stop me from what I came here to do. Or you could pick one of the three that really stands out to you. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.